It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. Guys, okay, look. Let's start hot and let's go cold. You know what? Let me ask you guys then. Should we start Ajax, Tottenham, or should we start with just Barcelona and Liverpool first? So should we build up or just go straight in?
Straight in.
No, Mane, not you, because I know that you're biased.
No, let's build up. Okay, keep the audience waiting.
Let's build up. Yeah, it's true. Like, it's actually a Nigerian man's thing.
Yeah.
Let's build up. So we will get to that free kick because that free kick was ridiculous. Completely and utterly ridiculous. So we're gonna start with Ajax Tottenham. So first off, look, man, I think I already gave my thoughts and everything on the whole Ajax Tottenham game, man. You know, Ajax completely outplayed them. It's gonna be tough for Tottenham in the second leg. I'll be real, man, because Ajax they got that ass. From a performance point of view, they really got that ass. So I'm going to start with Mane. Your general thoughts on the Ajax Tottenham game? Do Tottenham have any chance whatsoever in the second leg? Son.
Like I said, I was spot on in my prediction. I said Ajax 1-0. I told it was always going to be a tight game. I think Tottenham still have a complete chance as long as they get Harry Kane back and they get some of their attacking players back. Because Lucas Moura, like I said, he's not going to do enough. So as long as they get Harry Kane, which is a solid goal threat, then they have a much better chance of winning. If they get him, I think they'll win. If not, it'll be close again. But I still think Tottenham could do it because they're going away. And Ajax only scored 1 goal. And Ajax are also a leaky team, whereas they concede a lot of goals.
Okay. So you're thinking that if Harry Kane plays, Tottenham can overturn the tie and go through?
Yes, Harry Kane or Son comes back, or both of them, preferably. They could definitely go through, especially now that Liverpool ended their season. So I think Tottenham can do it for me.
Oh, okay. Dead here. So how do you see this tie after Ajax's superb performance then?
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised, to be honest. I think with Ajax, they just seem to enjoy playing away from home in Europe for some reason. They haven't even lost a single game this season away from home in the Champions League, and it was just another fluid performance by them. They have a system in place. I mean, they just made it look so easy. Tottenham, on the other hand, it was just toothless. Obviously because they were missing Son and Kane.
But see, people have been really harsh towards Tottenham. Are we justified in being harsh towards Tottenham, or can we just say Pochettino did the best he could with injuries and lack of purchases?
You know what? Because of the injuries, I think we've been slightly harsh on Tottenham. But that's not to say they should still be playing the way they did, because they could have done a little bit more. When Sissoko came on, they played a little bit better. But overall, I thought Ajax were just so efficient, too good for them. And Van der Beek is a player for me who deserves to get more and more praise, because he performs every role in midfield perfectly. He covers ground, he tackles well. I mean, he passes, he gets into the box. I wasn't surprised because he did the same against Juventus as well when he scored the equalizer. And again, he was at the right place at the right time. Nice pass by Ziyech. Also, Ajax could have really won by more goals. So
for sure.
Tottenham,
David Neres, man. I mean, a few inches to the left, lights out, 2-0.
Yeah. I just didn't get the impression that it was an actual Champions League semi-final. That's how good Ajax were for Spurs. They were just too good. And I think Spurs were just hopeless. I mean, Dele Alli, for me, has to be the most overrated footballer in the Premier League. He just doesn't offer anything at all. Even Llorente played a little bit better than him. And that's not really much of an achievement, because if you think about it, Llorente just doesn't have the pace in behind or nothing technically to give you anyway. So I think it'll be difficult for Spurs, but because it's 1-0, you can't really completely write them off yet.
Okay. Ford, thoughts?
Pochettino deserves a lot of blame for what happened today.
Whoa!
Yesterday, definitely does. First and foremost, I performed very well. I'm impressed by their young goalkeeper, Onana. Again, he didn't have many saves to really make, but I thought his commanding of the box was amazing. I think he's only 6'1", but his leap and the amount of times he came on and really stopped a lot of Trippier's crosses and Rose's crosses, I thought that was exceptional. But Yeah, on to Tottenham. Obviously, that wasn't good enough, man. Not for a semi-final performance. You mentioned it last week, Hafo.
Okay, Ford. So let me just lay this down to you. So
Yeah.
you're missing your top striker in Harry Kane. You're missing your best attacking player in Son. Sissoko. Okay, so I'll give you Sissoko. I think he should have started, but he wasn't fully fit. And your chairman has not given you any funds to buy any players in the summer and in January. Tell me what the hell he was supposed to do.
So everything that you just said, we knew that coming into the game. So you can only deal with the tools that you have, and you have to
Okay.
execute them as best as you can on the night, and to get the best result as you can. Especially knowing that you have Son for the second leg where you can get those extra goals. You have to keep it solid, and you have to play to your strengths. Now, you mentioned last week on the Hangout, that this is a big game for Tottenham. The fans are going to be up for it, and guess what? They were up for it. It was an amazing atmosphere. They sang throughout the Champions League anthem, and they were up for the occasion. But by Pochettino going with the 5 at the back formation, I'm not pressing this Ajax team up the pitch. Those first 2 minutes, Ajax were trying to get used to the ball, trying to like settle themselves down, because you could tell there was nerves on both sides. But once it got 10 minutes in, and Ajax were like, "Oh, you're not pressing us. Okay, we're gonna inflict our game onto you." It was lights out. I mean, the first 30 minutes, it could have been 3-0 Ajax. That's how easy it was. So again, for me, when I saw the lineup, and especially how I saw them play against West Ham when Rose started in midfield, I thought that going with a 4-4-2 diamond in midfield made the most sense to press this team high up the pitch and inflict your game onto Ajax. Because again, for me, watching Spurs a lot in the Premier League, they're not an amazing, attractive team of foot. They're not an amazing team to watch on the eye, but they're very effective at what they do. They're very hard working. They're very high pressing, and when you take that energy out of the team, which is what they did, playing how they did, very pragmatically and very defensively, they're just not an amazing side. So yeah, that's what I saw.
Well, look, man, that's not BH. Juju, man, lay it down for me, man. The prospects, the guys that you insulted. What are those prospects now, man?
All right. First of all, Tottenham. I mean, they're just out of place. I don't think they're
Easy, relax, man. Have some respect. Yeah, you man.
And
No, he's right. It was
seriously, they're out of
as
place.
Juju said, it was an easy game. No, Juju was right. As Juju said last week, it was an easy game.
It was an easy, like that first 30 minutes. I was like, oh boy, like this is too easy. He's too like I said, I've seen tougher games. Like this is probably the easiest game Ajax have in the entire Champions League campaign. This is probably one of the easiest games. And first of all, to start with Tottenham, Pochettino was outcoached by Ten Hag. I don't want anyone telling me, "Oh, Pochettino, the best coach." Nothing. He was outcoached by Ten Hag. Like, and then he made the adjustment second half. Tottenham looked decent.
Man, see, guys, see him outcoached. How many injuries did Ajax have?
Who cares? Who cares?
He's
playing against 19 and 20-year-olds. Like, who cares how many injuries he has? Like, he's being outplayed by the team is being outplayed by 19 and 20-year-olds. Like, this is embarrassing. And the one thing is Trippier. Does Trippier have any brains? Like, can he cross? Like, I'm serious. Like, this guy is professional. Like, how did he make it to the professional level and he cannot even cross? And then what's it called? You can see Loris not composed. That goal by I'll give Van de Beek credit for that goal, but Loris, I mean, I thought a goalkeeper is supposed to run towards and close the angle. He just stood there, and I know he did the dummy, he faked it. Van de Beek and shot, but Loris close the angle. You just don't stand there like a tree. Like, what was he doing? And then what's he called? I mean, I think Tottenham are lucky that the game ended 1-0 because Van de Beek should have squared it to Neres for an easy tap in, and then that post is just. I mean, I guess it's just. And as for the tie, it's over. Like, Tottenham couldn't win at home. They're not going to win away.
What if Kane and Son come back? He still said Tottenham can't do anything.
I don't care if Ronaldo comes back or whoever the best player. They're not doing anything because they couldn't. If you cannot win at home, like there's no way you're going to win away. Like, you can't win at home. Like, unless you're Real Madrid. Like, away, I don't know.
Okay,
it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
Okay, Mattis, thoughts on this? Yeah. what else can you expect from your answer? So, okay, but do you think Tottenham have any chance of turning it around in the second leg? Okay. All right. Okay. Phil, hit me. Ajax Tottenham. The prospects is all over for Tottenham.
No, I think the tie is still on. Because like when I was Ajax, like they are a very good team, but like sometimes they tend to not finish their chances.
Yep.
So like if they don't finish their chances, and if like Ericsson and Trippier both
Trippier is trash. You
true.
give me another name. He's trash. You give me another name.
But like if they step up, who like Dele Ali and like Ericsson and plus Son would be back, right? Son.
Yeah, he's coming. He's
and
back.
Also,
sure.
Would Harry Kane be fit or
touch and go? Touch and go. So basically,
okay, yeah, but
let me ask you: if Kane and
bench,
Son are there, can Tottenham turn it around? Yes or no? If Kane and Son are there, will they turn it around?
If Kane comes off the bench, that would be very good. But like, yes, I think they have a chance because Ajax, they tend to like some games they are clinical and some games they're not. So like,
but if they're not clinical, at home.
That is true. But you saw them against Real Madrid, man. Like, and also against Juventus, bro. Like they missed so many chances, man. So like, anything can happen. But
okay,
I see Ajax going through. Yeah.
All right, Radical, hit me.
Yo, wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, man. Talk.
My guy. Yeah, so I don't think the tie is over really because the way it looks like one of the people said on here, they said Ajax don't tend to finish their chances, which if they're not as clinical at home, it could cause them a lot of problems. However, the thing about Tottenham is as well, they're also quite horrible defensively. I can't even lie. Like this guy, what's that guy's name? Rose. He's not too good. Trippier is a brick, like you guys have said already. Maybe with Son, they could get a couple goals, but like it's not over. It will be tense, but I still see Ajax going through.
Okay. Rahimski.
I think the Champions League meta is if you're the best team away from home, you probably have the best chance of winning the Champions League. And Ajax have been the best team away from home in this Champions League campaign. They've pretty much just dicked everyone away from home. So for Tottenham to go to Ajax's stadium next week, it's a tall order. They have a lot of injuries. Pochettino, why are you making your defenders pass back to your goalkeeper? You're at home. You the way you win football is by scoring goals. Three of your forwards are out. You have to get your players forward to make up for that. And he just didn't.
But what if your players aren't very good at going forward? Then what? Because
you have to make it happen. You have to.
Okay, Remsky. If he then said go for the attack, you then lose 3-0. Then you have zero.
The problem is
you've got to play the long game. The long game is okay. Son is missing, but we're going to have him back for the second leg. Let's try and make this as if we're going to get a goal, it's fine. But 1-0 is better than 2-0 or 3-0. So you have to be wise. Don't be smart. Be wise.
You're right, but at the end of the day, you're home and you have the incentive, and you're facing a possession-based team without that much experience. You have to at least give them something to worry about and not be as passive. But I think for Tottenham, they can definitely go through. They just need to be a little more advantageous next week.
Okay. Red. Do Tottenham have a chance?
Yeah, no, of course they do. Of course they do. It's I think this was overall a good result for them because missing their best attacking players for the first leg, that was vital for them. They don't have the depth. They couldn't afford that. So the fact that they only lost 1-0 against an attacking team like Ajax, that's perfect. Because if they go away to Amsterdam and they just score one goal, instantly they're favorites. If they score 2, Ajax need 3. At that point, that one goal deficit, of course, it's going to be a bit hard to overcome. But now that going away to Amsterdam, it's in their hands. They could still easily win this. It's not a very tough hurdle, especially Son's coming back. even without Kane, I think they could get it done. Because I noticed something about Ajax is they don't really have depth aside from that starting 11. They didn't even use up all 3 substitutions. They only used 2. And even with that, they could only bring on who? Huntelaar and Mazraoui. Mazraoui's good, but Huntelaar, he's on the old side. Like, I don't think you're going to really expect much from him. So I feel like if Spurs go away and just make it tough for them, they could exhaust these Ajax players because they're not going to have much time to rest from here till next week. So I think Spurs definitely do have a good chance. But I'm probably predicting a 2-1 for Spurs, and they're going to go through on away goals.
Okay.
Just to add, like, I think everyone's disrespecting Ajax because what's it called?
No, Juju. After the 30th minute, Ajax
zero chance.
were not good. They were
Bro,
not good.
how are we disrespecting Ajax?
Because what's it called? If like Ajax could have won that game like 3-0 at home.
But they didn't.
Like, away.
But they didn't.
Yeah, okay, they didn't.
1-0.
But what's it called? What did Tottenham do? They didn't do anything. Like they didn't do anything the entire game.
Wait. You have to look at the long game. The long game is that this is not 90 minutes, it's 180 minutes. The fact, I don't care about how good Ajax look. The fact is it's 1-0. The fact is Son will be back for the second leg. The fact is Kane is a possibility. Tottenham have a very good chance because for Pochettino, which is why it was wiser he brought on Ben Davies and Foyth, was let's keep this at 1-0. Like, people will criticize and say, oh, how can we do this? Forget those guys. I'm here to try and get to a final. And I'll try to navigate a way of getting to the finals. For me, for Pochettino, see, basically, if I'm the Ajax manager, I'll be super angry. I would be super pissed off because I was like, basically, if you're Pochettino, based on your injuries, you'd be happy. If you're Ten Hag, you'd be super angry because you're like, we were so much the better team and we only won 1-0. And we know that we're actually much better at away than we are at home. And when we saw what Tottenham did to Man City away from home, and we saw what Tottenham did against Dortmund.
They lost.
No, but what did Spurs really do away from home against Man City?
They lost.
They countered well, but they got dominated.
They scored 2 away goals with led.
They lost the game. That's what matters.
The one thing
advancing. So
the one thing I'll say about Spurs is Sissoko is a good player. I don't want to say great, but he's an amazing player.
But Juju, that goes back to the incompetence of Daniel Levy to not buy anyone. Sell Dembele. Sell Dembele, like what?
It's not. I don't want to hear anybody criticize Pochettino.
Wait.
No, he has to.
No, it's on Levy. It's on Levy. It's just not on one.
But
they weren't even supposed to make it this far. Stop acting like there was. This is what they.
Wait. But look at Ajax. They don't have any cash to spend. It's not like they have TV.
Ajax have better players.
Tottenham weren't supposed to be in the semis in the first place with that team, so you can't blame Levy.
Let me make this point quickly. So after the 30th minute, we can all agree watching the game that there was a big difference. That Tottenham were more competitive. And that was all simply due to the system change when they went to a 4-4-2 diamond and they pressed higher up the pitch. If you're a high-pressing team and you're all about energy and you're playing at home in a Champions League semi-final, the biggest game in your history, why are you not going to use the crowd to your advantage and play on the front foot? Playing on the back only allowed Ajax into the game.
Forward. Tottenham can press, they can stop, they can pause, they can dance, they can do the ballerina. Ajax are simply the better team. So Ajax will simply just figure out after 5-6 minutes of, okay, this is how we beat the press.
No, but you misunderstood me. They did that after the 30th minute, and you saw the results. Yes, Ajax was still the better team, but they had chances. They were not getting outplayed like they were in the first 30 minutes. Now, my thing was, why not do that from the start of the game, and maybe you can get an early goal. Certainly, you don't concede how they did in the first few minutes.
But if David Neres is a few inches to the left on that shot, it's 2-0 and it's
exactly. That's my point. Ajax are the better team. I told you.
Listen, if Aguero was
wait, Lucas. Let's because we'll get back on this game, but let's just move on because we'll be here for it. All right, now, lubrication. That's what happened. It's time on lubrication.
Let's go.
Easy, relax. It could have been a circumcision, but that's what you get for playing the Us on the bench. That was Us showing that, look, man, Valverde, screw you. I'm gonna miss on pop. Yeah. So the Us is still top 4. Relax, just chill. The Us is still top 4, so relax. Let's deal with this in bits. Let's start with Liverpool because we will get to that free kick by Messi, and we'll get to Messi taking the mic. We'll bring up there. So when Liverpool are concerned, if you're going to put a blame, who would you blame this on? Do you blame this on Klopp? Do you blame it on Matip? Do you blame it on Van Dijk? Or is no one to blame for this lubrication? Barcelona was simply the better side.
Sorry,
Mane.
Can I go?
And,
Okay.
and Mane, please try and be objective. Thank you.
I mean, it's tough for Liverpool fans. I wouldn't say I was rooting for them. I thought Barcelona would win 2-0. They ended up 3-0. So I was giving them a little bit of respect. But for Liverpool, I don't think you can blame anybody for this. It's just the story of their life. Every year, season by season, they get the trophies in their hands. Their hands are too greasy and they let it slip. That's Liverpool right there. They can never hold on to anything. And Barcelona, of course, I think Barcelona are the favorites coming in. Liverpool, they still had that in the back of their minds. They're fighting too many wars at the same time. And so they lost the Premier League. Now they've lost the Champions League. Klopp, again, can you really replace him? I don't think so.
Wait, man. Ask a simple question. Who do you blame for this match? You're going on a massive soliloquy that has nothing to do with the question.
Okay, who do you blame for this match? Nobody. It's just a shit club. That's all.
Okay, thank you. All right, thanks for that analysis, bro. Dahir, who do you put the blame for this?
First of all, I'm happy we started with the Ajax Spurs analysis because I've had a chance to calm down a little bit, you know. But yeah, onto this game, I think for me, Jurgen Klopp is 100% to blame. Not for the approach, not so much for the approach. I think we approached the game how we normally approach it with a 4-3-3. We played really well, especially in the second half. But I think starting Genie as a false nine was just completely out of order. I think it didn't work from an attacking point of view.
What the hell was that? Because I mean, the graphic. Sorry to interrupt, but the graphic I was shown was Mane as a false nine, Wijnaldum wide left, and Thingy and Salah wide right. So people on my Twitch live would say, "Oh my gosh, why is Wijnaldum playing well?" I was like, "What the hell?"
To be fair, when the lineups
when I was
announced,
watching the game, I was like, "Oh no, Mane is wide left. So who's in the middle?"
When the lineup was announced, there were so many different sort of guesses as to what it was. Was it Keita? Was it Genie? I mean, and obviously once the game kicked off, you could see that it was Wijnaldum occupying the number 9 role, which is just, I think it was just very naive by Klopp. He also decided to start Gomez at right back, and that tells you a lot about his approach in this game. He was eager to maybe get at least a draw. I don't think he wanted. I'm not saying Klopp set out to draw the game, but he definitely set out worrying about Barcelona more than playing to Liverpool's strength. Because for me, Barcelona were not favourites heading into this tie. It was at least 50-50. I don't think we were favourites either. But no. I think the thing is, the difference is at the end of the day is Lionel Messi, though, because in the second half, we were easily the better team, but we just couldn't finish our dinner, literally. And once Messi got the chance of the rebound, 2-0, and then the free kick, I mean, what can you do about that? I mean, yes, the ball could have been better. There's really not much we can say, man. That's why he's the greatest player of all time, in my opinion, anyway. But I think the second leg might as well not even happen, to be fair. Only, I do want us to win the game just for our own sanity, but we're not going to go through, I think.
Okay, so your blame is mainly on Klopp, having Wijnaldum as the false nine.
Mainly on Klopp. And it's not a huge dig at him, but I just think it was a slight mistake, along with starting with Gomez. But I also want
let me also ask this, though. You, because again, maybe Firmino wasn't fully fit. Should he have still risked and started for Firmino?
No, he should have started Origi. I mean, Origi must feel absolutely terrible. And Sturridge, there are strikers on our bench, yet he just decides to think, let me just catch Barcelona off guard and play a midfielder as a striker. To be fair, Wijnaldum was doing well in terms of pressing and defensively, but whenever he had the ball, I mean, he was just turned with his back to goal, basically. Every time Mane and Salah were making runs. Whereas Firmino, when Firmino plays in that role, he's quickly like turning towards them and finding a pass. Even Origi would have been a better option with Mane as the number 9. But I think that was a big tactical mistake by Klopp. And then in the second half, he didn't bring on Firmino early on to settle into the game when we were dominating and creating chances. And I think ultimately what cost us the tie is also Salah's miss. I mean, you have to score that, man. That is an open goal. If we get an away goal there, Who knows? Who knows? But I
Oh
think
no,
the
no,
tie
yeah,
is
no,
over
no,
now.
no, no. That was.
I just want to quickly. I just want to quickly talk about Barcelona just briefly. I thought Valverde.
No. Trust me, we'll get it. Let's trust
Yep.
we'll get it.
Okay.
We'll just deal with
Sure.
Liverpool first. So forward, who should Liverpool blame for this loss? If you have to blame one person,
Mohamed Salah is a Class A brick.
What about Mane?
So would
Mane missed
you
a
put
chance
all the
too.
blame on Salah for this loss, though?
No, of course not. Like, I'm being objective here. Like, you have to share the blame around. I think Klopp's 11, his approach to the game was really good. His 11 was questionable, but you have to understand his logic, and I understood his logic. For me, he was maybe not fully fit, and then he has to bring him on earlier in the game. He has to, but in terms of the starting 11, you can understand why Wijnaldum playing there. He played in that position for Newcastle before. Gomez at right back's a more defensive approach, and if you look at the outlook of the game, as De Gea said, Liverpool were largely the better team. So again, we will get on to Barcelona and how Valverde actually came up trumps in this game. But yeah, Liverpool, they played a very good game. So Klopp couldn't do much other than what he got his team to perform as. He got his team to perform, they executed the plan and they did it. So now it's up to the players to be clinical and to execute the plan. And while the defensive mistakes for the goals were all small margin things, like Van Dijk's not being aware to the first or second goal, and then the third goal with the wall being out of place, and Alisson maybe not making a world-class save, which you need to happen at that time. When it comes to the chances that they created, Milner had a couple of chances that he missed. Wijnaldum had a big chance where he could have squared it to Salah, had an open goal.
Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Give me a guy to blame, my friend.
I mean, come on, I've got to be objective. It's got to be shared around. But of course, if there's one person you want to go to solely, it has to be Mohamed Salah, because in a season that Liverpool have had, which has been so fantastic, he missed a massive chance against Everton, which would have put Liverpool in a driver's seat for the title. He went missing against United, which also would have put them in a driver's seat for the title. And today, you know what? At 3-1, it's not the worst result in the world going to Anfield. But to miss that open goal like that, Class A brick.
Okay, Juju man. Who is to blame for Liverpool for that loss, man? Or is anyone to blame?
Yeah, easy. What's it called? Klopp. First of all, I have to start with Klopp. His lineup. I don't know why he started Joe Gomez instead of Arnold. I thought Arnold would have been better with crossing. And another part is Liverpool players. I don't know. Henderson, when he came in, it didn't look good. It didn't look good because that first goal, I will blame Henderson. That first goal, I'll blame Henderson, even though everyone's blaming Martin. And the other part is, like, Liverpool shouldn't be happy about these results. If I hear any Liverpool fans saying that,
they got lubricated, bro. Who's happy with the low lubrication, my friend?
Because everyone's saying, oh, they played well, but it doesn't matter. Like, they missed their chances. Mane, people say it's a tough. That was a goal. I mean, at least hit the target. Even if it's taking blocks, then okay, but you don't just hit it over. And then Milner, I mean, that was like a tapping. You just put it on the other side of the net and it's a goal. That Milner one was just a tapping. And what's the Salah one? I mean, I'm speechless. This guy is not an icon. I'm speechless.
He's not really to blame.
So, Judgment, who are you? Wait. So, Judgment, who are you blaming then?
I blame the. I guess they're not that good. I can't blame players that are not that good.
Exactly.
Then what's it called? Then I mean, Fabinho played amazing. I can't blame the players because they played well. The mentality. That's why I'll blame Klopp. Like the mentality, because it has something to do with the mentality. Klopp. I mean, when Messi scored, I mean, Klopp was smiling. I don't know, like he was smiling, like he was helpless. I mean. The mentality. What kind of mentality is that? Klopp. I don't think this will happen with a coach like Conte. So I blame all the blame goes to Klopp. There's something with the mentality. There's something with the mentality because he's supposed to be smiling or anything after 3 losses. Because they played well, but it doesn't mean anything because of the result.
All right, okay. Matt's thoughts on this, man.
Maybe he was just happy.
Who blame the most? Okay. All right. Phil, who to blame? Who to blame? Wait. We're moving. Trust me, we'll be back for you. I'll be back for you. Phil, who to blame for Liverpool? Who is to blame? Who's to blame?
Me, I don't even know, man, because I feel like Liverpool played well. They're just unlucky, and like you can blame
Are they?
Salah, I guess, because his miss was a big chance, and that would have changed the tie.
Mm.
And maybe Mane too, because of his chance. He had
Easy,
a
man.
chance
Come on,
in the
Mane
first
tried,
half. I guess, but
Each-
you can't blame Klopp because like the dude is also fighting for the league, and like Firmino is not fully fit, so he couldn't really like rush him in, So and like
Okay.
What league?
Liverpool played well, so like
So, okay,
I was
so
impressed by
the blame
Liverpool,
for
bro.
Klopp.
No, I won't blame Klopp. I'm sorry, I can't.
Phil, don't
I
be
don't know,
humble,
man.
man. Tell him how you really
It's just
feel, man.
luck. It's just football. I
Nah,
can't
he's to
even
blame.
explain it.
Yeah,
I can't
Phil,
we don't want
tell
losers.
No.
tell him how
Phil,
you really
Phil,
feel, Phil.
nice,
Don't give us
nice.
that, man.
Okay,
Nah, bro.
right, Radical. Look, moving on, man. Radical, who's to blame? Give me someone to blame. Be harsh. I want someone to be harsh here, man.
Okay. So I'm going to start off firstly by saying, whoever said Conte, they don't think it would have happened with Conte. I just want to say that Conte also lost 3-0 at the Camp Nou, so let's not do that.
Yep.
Exactly. Thank you.
Exactly. Calm. I have to get out of the way because I don't like that type of shit. Anyway, so I was going to say, right, that firstly, Salah to me cannot be blamed for the loss. However,
Yes, exactly.
He can be blamed for possibly not keeping Liverpool in the tie. That's if they don't go through. But he can be blamed for the whole loss. Mane's chance was not that easy because, like, let's keep it real, that was not an easy chance.
Hit the target.
It wasn't that easy because of the
Have
way
we hit?
Man,
It's a
wait,
big-
man. Who begged you to talk, man? It's not your. You have the mic. Radical has the mic. Radical, finish.
Yeah. So also, I'm also going to touch on the fact that someone said they don't think Liverpool were the favourites, blah, blah, blah. Liverpool were the favourites coming into this game. Most of the people on the Hangout previously were talking about how, Barca are not going to win this. Someone even said 3-1. I think that was forward. But I just have to point out.
Forward, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Keep my name on your mouth.
so who am I going to blame?
No, I'm joking.
To be honest here, I don't think there's anyone to blame for this one. I'd say Barca to me were the better side. But I have to say, like, Matip did a very good job in defense. I think so. I can't blame him in my opinion. He most definitely did better than me. That's what I think. I think Matip did better than Van Dijk in this game for me. Barca just really did a good job because Liverpool in total probably had 2 clear-cut chances. That was the Mane chance, and I think the Salah one where he hit the post. There was like 2 clear-cut chances that they had. The rest of them were pretty much half chances. So there's not much you can say. I can't blame Klopp because, of course, I think Firmino had a knock or something, so you can't just bring him in, expect him to start. So obviously he has to change his tactics. So they came in clearly trying to maybe get a goal, an away goal for sure. And that's where, like, the whole team just didn't get enough chances. But it's not solely down to them. It's just more so what Barcelona did instead of Liverpool instead.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'll wrap it up, yeah.
Rahimski, who's to blame?
So Klopp, but I'm gonna need some time to explain. Give me like 2 or 3 minutes because it's a lot. So the reason is,
brief.
yeah. So at the new camp, it's a wider pitch. It's a bigger pitch. Why would you start Gini Wijnaldum and restrict your own play instead of taking advantage and constantly applying pressure to Barca? The only way to beat Barca is to not adapt to them. You don't adapt to what they do. You play your football. You go there with confidence. You attack. You don't adapt to them. Otherwise, they will pounce. And Klopp he basically shit the bed. And he's been doing that he basically did that against every big team he's faced this season. He always tries to adapt. He did that to PSG. PSG shot on him for that. He's done that to City. Pep took advantage of that. The problem with Klopp is he just doesn't keep it as simple as I would like sometimes. Sure, he outplayed Barca in the big picture today, I guess. But at the end of the day, you get 3 goals, and that's because you started a striker you started a false 9 player who doesn't score. And you're relying on your wingers to do that, which is not very practical against Barca. So I would go with Klopp.
Okay. Red.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think we're being too harsh on Klopp. I thought his starting Gini Wijnaldum was a false sign. I thought that was good because he was trying to mark out. Let me finish. It's just because I thought he was. Sorry. I thought he was looking to use Wijnaldum to mark out Busquets, so that way if Busquets falls between the lines, Wijnaldum can he can mark him out. And if you saw it in the game, largely Busquets was kept quiet. Like we didn't see him in the whole 90 minutes. I think he had like one long pass. And he relied more on like Mane and Salah to be sort of like wide strikers that like he wanted them both to go and get into the box and do the wing play as well. So it's very harsh to blame him. The only I think I could criticize him. I really think Arnold should have started ahead of Joey Gomez. Like that's the only thing I could criticize him. Gomez could have done better on the first goal. The second goal, there's nothing really you could do about it. Like it was just a scrappy goal, and the third goal is just a genius free kick. So, like, I don't like the away goal, man. This is if they only got the away goal, there would have been a chance. The second leg would have possibly been watchable, but no away goal, and it's tough. Yeah. So I blame probably if I'm gonna blame somebody, I'm gonna blame the team as a whole. Aside from like they let themselves down. They had all the chances they needed, and they just didn't put them away. So yeah.
Oh, so I mean, before we move on, it's interesting that nobody actually, and I don't think he was to blame, but I'm just sure nobody actually mentioned Van Dijk.
No, you were solid.
Come on, man. Really?
How are you solid and concede 2 goals?
Let me land. Again, as I said, I don't think that Van Dijk was to blame for that loss. No, but I'm surprised nobody even mentioned his name.
I did.
He was caught flat-footed on that second goal.
No, because for me, the first goal I thought that was Matip's issue, but then when I saw it again,
it was Van Dijk.
The cannibal actually went between Matip and Van Dijk, and it was really Van Dijk who should really have been watching him, and he didn't watch him.
He didn't react.
That second goal, reaction times, baby.
Yeah,
Messi reacted quicker. Van Dijk was fast-footed. Van Dijk assumed the cannibal would score, which you should never do as a defender. Always leave a chance that thing may rebound. And Messi reacted first, was quicker to the rebound, and that one went in. So for those 2 goals, you've got to say Van Dijk was at fault.
No, I disagree, honestly. I think the second goal, you can't really blame Van Dijk because the ball fell perfectly to Messi. Because you can't expect him to anticipate where the ball's going to land once it hits the post, the crossbar like that. But I agree with the first goal. He was caught just a second late. He just lost his concentration. Suarez peeled off very nicely from that Alba pass. But yeah, I don't think he was bad, but at the same time, I thought Matip was probably our best defender tonight.
No. Matip played really... Like, if Matip didn't make that tackle on the cannibal when he wanted to move it to the right, that would have been a clean goal. So Matip, I thought...
Matip was excellent.
Best defender.
For sure.
And Fabinho too. Fabinho dropped it was an amazing performance by Fabinho. And what they call it.
Look, man.
He was good.
He was good. He did good, but Messi did get that ass a few times. Let's just kick it.
Yeah. I mean, Messi had like he showed up. He showed up.
Let's move on. So let's talk about Barcelona. So, in my view, I think that we'll give Messi his own thing, and we'll talk about that free kick, and we'll talk about Messi taking the mic. But I think Alba has reminded people that I believe that when all things considered, he's the best left back in the world. Because for me, I thought Alba was the best player on the pitch. I felt that was an amazing performance by him. I thought Piqué defensively reminded people that, you know what? When I have my brain screwed in, I can give you something. So, for where Barcelona are concerned, what do you think that Barcelona did right, or which player do you think was the key for allowing Barcelona to be able to get this 3-0 win? Mane.
Yeah, I think has to be Messi and Coutinho as well.
Coutinho?
I think it's Coutinho.
Who?
Coutinho made some good moves. When Jordi Alba for the first goal, he made some good moves and allowed Jordi Alba to create space.
I'll be honest, Coutinho only played well for like 10-20 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, but he helped them get the goal.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, Frank, Mane continue, man. I mean, but okay, try.
Okay. Yeah, he helped them get the goal. It's about moments. So Mane and Salah missed their moments, and they were doing nothing the whole game. But anyway, so Coutinho and Messi, I would say Coutinho is not like the number one, but he helped. I would say Messi. It's just Liverpool have many holes. Messi exploited that, creating space between Suarez and opening up chances between the defense. Because you can tell the center backs for Liverpool are very distracted the whole game against Messi. So I think Messi is obviously the key for me. And Liverpool shaky midfield again. But yeah.
All right. Forward. No, sorry, they're here.
Yeah, no, I thought Barcelona's best players in the first half were actually Jordi Alba and Sergio Roberto. Both played an excellent game, both defensively and offensively. I think Jordi Alba was just sublime. Every time he just managed to cope with Salah pretty well at times. And that's not to say Salah played poorly. I thought he played really well until the miss, but Alba, for me, was Barcelona's best player overall in this game. But I was also surprised about Sergio Roberto because I thought Mane would do a lot better against him on that side. But Sergio Roberto made some key interceptions. I mean, he helped Barcelona recycle the ball. I mean, he was always looking for that pass as well on the counter-attack, always the pass that was cutting us through the middle. And that's the good thing about Barcelona's fullbacks tonight. I mean, they really played a perfect game. I mean, I didn't expect it, honestly. I was surprised. In the second half, obviously, we were the better team without really doing anything. And then once Messi scored the goals, we were just deflated. But I think the one thing Valverde did really well was start Vidal. I think before the game, I thought to myself,
because
Vidal was a monster in midfield.
That was key.
Yeah, because I thought he would go with Arthur, but I think the difference is Vidal knows how to play against teams who press really aggressively, like Liverpool, and it wasn't even a problem for him as well because he won a lot of duels. I mean, he was driving the team forward. It wasn't vintage Arturo Vidal, but you could see what he brings to the team.
Mane though.
Yeah, it was crucial.
Incredible.
Yeah, but the thing is, Valverde does get a lot of criticism, and I can understand why.
Which is stupid in my view.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do want to sort of praise him as well at the same time because the one thing he's good at doing is that he doesn't really complicate things too much. I mean, he just allows the team to play freely. Obviously, this Barca team is not as elegant as the Pep Barcelona from years ago, but what they do well is they are efficient. They don't take any risks. They are a bit conservative, but I think at home they play really well. I mean, the only downside to Valverde is that sometimes he does make weird decisions away from home, but I don't think it will cost him for next week.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Forward, Barcelona.
Wait, are we still going to get a segment on that free kick?
Yes.
Okay, good. So as Radical obviously pointed out, I did pick Liverpool to win 3-1. And even how the game went, I did kind of see it going this way, which is obviously why I kind of picked Liverpool to win 3-1. But you got to give credit to Valverde. I doubted him a lot before the game. And going into the game, I wasn't sure how he would approach it. But I think Dehe makes a good point about Vidal. I think he really epitomizes what Valverde's plan was to do here. Because again, he's not the most flamboyant Barcelona manager. He's not really your typical Barcelona manager in terms of how he approaches the game.
Does that matter?
Oh no, it doesn't matter when you get results. And okay, he wasn't getting results when they get knocked in the quarter-final stages every year, but he got a result today, and it was a big result. And I think his approach, especially in the second half, where they're a bit more pragmatic and they kind of just banked on Messi and Suarez being able to do something on a counter, was a masterstroke. And as much as Liverpool did create some chances, and I think Firmino was a big miss. I think without her and holding up the player up top, I feel like it was just something that they were missing up top. So she was definitely a big miss. But again, even with Wijnaldum there,
did it again.
Did what?
Manny, shush! Let the man talk, man. Damn.
Anyways, I'm not sure he was on about that, but yeah, Liverpool, despite the chances that they were still creating, even with Wijnaldum there instead of Firmino, the Barcelona defense did stand up strong. So you got to give Valverde his credit. I think he deserves a lot of credit for what he did today. And even though he benched Dembele, which again I would never ever agree with, it did work out in the end. So yeah, him and Vidal get a big thumbs up from me.
All right, Juju man.
I've criticized Barcelona a lot in this hangout, but today I'll just say I think they're an amazing, they're a good club. They're just successful, winning club. I mean, Messi today was immense. This is why I think the guy is the greatest player ever. And Double H it's a matter of time.
He's gonna change next week. Doesn't matter.
No. He's the best player ever. It's just time to face facts. There's no point. There's no point. It's just he's the best ever. And the one thing about
Diego.
No, that guy he used coke. Like what's he called? Messi. Okay, yeah, with Messi and Valverde. I mean, I've insulted the man about like he's too pragmatic, but he gets the results. Recently I saw his league record. I think he's lost in 2 years. I think he's lost less than 10 games. He's lost like few games. I think 4 games. And I mean this club is just well run. And I mean, I think my season is over, so I think I'll just because Barcelona, I think this is the better team, the best team, the best team in the world. 'Cause even though they didn't play well, I think they're just efficient, and I mean, it's a good, it's a great club. It's a great club.
Okay, all right, Phil, your boys,
Bro,
who really came through for you in this game, man? Beyond the obvious in Messi, who was the unsung hero?
I would say Valverde because
Oh, thank you.
no. I have more than one person, because like Valverde is one of the persons that stood out because nobody expected him to bench Arthur, because
Huge call.
yeah, it's a huge call, and like that helped us a lot because we needed Vidal's physicality in this match, and the other person who like helped us was PK, because man, PK was unstoppable, man. Like
very good defensive.
He shows why he's a better defender than Van Dijk because he makes his concentration level is unreal. He makes less errors. Yeah.
Nah, I don't think PK was that good, honestly.
Really?
Still worse than Ramos.
Okay, I guess. But yeah, so mine was Valverde, Piqué, and the third person was Vidal, man. Because Vidal, like, he worked his butt off, man. Like, yeah, man. Like, defensively, offensively, like, his work engine is unbelievable, man. And also, oh yeah, one other person, Ter Stegen.
Oh
man, his save on
huge
Salah,
save.
like, and also on Milner, yeah, man, like,
and also, guys,
that's why he's number one.
Like, that's why he's the best. So when people were talking about De Gea, what are you on about? What are you on about, bro? The hell? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
De Gea about three bricks in a row. I was like,
yeah, we need the David De Gea agenda hangout one of these days.
No. The thing about this is EPL guys watch more games beyond the Premier League. The Premier League is not the only league that operates. When
no.
You tried to insult.
I mean, Double H. It's not just that. It's because De Gea, he over exaggerates on his saves. So like he makes a simple save look like a world class save,
dramatic.
And
it's too dramatic.
People go crazy, Like he's like the only goal. Like, he's the only goalkeeper that always uses his legs. Like, I don't know why he does that.
This one makes it dramatic.
Dramatic.
Radical. Let's because we have a lot to cover. So Radical, boom. Who was the unsung hero for Barcelona in this game?
Too many though. That is too many for me to pick just one person. But I'll start off with saying obviously Pico did a very good job, like you guys said. Ter Stegen, to touch upon the other guy's point on his save, because people have to realize that like it takes a lot of concentration here when the other's team is not really getting that many chances, but you're able to switch on just like that. And that's the thing, because Liverpool were not getting too many chances on goal, but as soon as Milner called on Ter Stegen, he was there. He's like, okay, I'm gonna stop this save. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was a good thing he did. Also, just on the tangent here, I want to also say that avid Premier League watchers have fallen victim to the English media, because I feel like a lot of people hardly watch Barcelona games or La Liga games. So every time the English media is hyping and talking about how, Liverpool are going to smash Barcelona, Liverpool are going to do this, so many people fall victim to it. So I want you guys to also watch that. Messi came through with that goal and the free kick, because the free kick especially, as a big Barcelona fan and big Messi fan, I did not think he was going to do it. So that was very good, because he pretty much just like closed the tie and said, this is done. That's it. Vidal, Suarez, those two as well did such a good job for me. Because Suarez has not been that good this season. Let me keep it real. He hasn't been that good this season. But I'm guessing maybe because it was against his old club, Liverpool, whatever the case is, he turned up a bit today. You know what I'm saying? Like he did quite a good job. Vidal, not too much to say. I think everyone else here has said it. And lastly, I'd say Valverde. Valverde, I've criticized him a lot this season, but for this game, he did what he had to do. I think going for Vidal instead of Arthur was a good choice, because even though Arthur is very good at holding, like keeping the ball, he's very good at keeping the ball. So I don't think Liverpool would have got the ball off him. But I think he needed someone who would be able to stretch out Liverpool as well and like run on both ends, instead of someone who could just keep possession, which is why going for Vidal was a better choice than going for Arthur. So those would be my unsung heroes.
Okay. Raimski, unsung hero for Barcelona.
Okay, so unsung hero, Busquets. Like the guy was.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Busquets.
Yeah, so Busquets.
Busquets pulled off some silky moves, man. Again, if
Yep.
you didn't watch the match closely, the way that he drifted and dribbled some guys
Well,
went
not even
over a
that.
lot of people's heads, man. But yeah, carry on.
Not even that. He was brave. He was tidy in possession. He was effective against Liverpool's rhythm. He set up Rakitic, Coutinho, Messi, and Suarez, and he played perfectly off Vidal, who he rarely gets to play with. So Busquets was unbelievable. Now, in terms of the best players on the pitch, I thought Andrew Robertson didn't make a mistake that game. But somehow Jordi Alba was better. Jordi Alba, this fucking guy, that performance is. I don't think I've seen a left back performance like that since Ashley Cole. Like that was tremendous. Seriously, that was perfection, and that's the difference that'll make the difference in these ties in the Champions League.
Okay.
Yeah, I never meant Coutinho. Sorry,
chill,
guys.
man. What the hell? Red.
I'm gonna keep it brief, HH. Starting from the back to front, it's Stegen, Alba, Suarez, and of course the only reason they wanted the big difference maker, Messi. That's it. Valverde, I don't think he did too much of a good job because Liverpool tactically were getting a ton of chances. They just weren't clinical. Busquets, I saw him eat dirt when Salah broke his ankles in the first half. So I don't know. I just felt like the scoreline is very deceiving because Barca weren't 3-0, but they weren't that much better than Liverpool. Even till the end of the game, I saw after the 70th minute, they just stopped. They just relied on counterattacks, just relied on Liverpool pushing numbers forward. So yeah, I would say Stegen, he's the best in the world right now. That's just a fact. He was so good today. Alba, of course, he on the first goal, that low cross that killed Liverpool just behind the defenders. Suarez for being clinical, even on that the second goal. At first, I was like, "Oh, that's sloppy." But then I saw he hit it with his knee. I was like, "Man, he just improvised. On the fly, he just saw the ball. He was just on. The whole game, he was just on. He was on it." So, and then of course the first goal, and then Messi, man, just doing what he does. He just blitzed Liverpool. So yeah, those four.
Okay. Let's now. So let me put this out there. So Messi produced a quite ridiculous free kick. Anybody who was watching my Twitch live would know that before he scored, I said Messi's not going to score from there. I mean, I know it's good, but my mind's like, give me a break. I mean, basically, it's almost as if you're writing a story, that would be like a bad line written story. Okay, well, he was just going to score a free kick from 40 yards. That flipping ball literally had sex with the top corner.
That's what's up.
It went right. So nobody should even open their mouth to blame Allison. Shut your mouth. Don't even say anything.
Oh no, wait, the blame.
Still, man, what the hell? Nobody should open their mouth because that was precision. So, and this is what I was thinking about. Pirlo, Juninho, Beckham, Dino for a bit. Where does Messi now rank as far as the best free kick takers of all time? Taking into account consistency, quality of free kicks, and the clutch free kicks as well. Mane, where does Messi rank as free kick takers of all time?
I would say top 20. Top 20.
What? Top 20?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, just because he's Messi, it doesn't mean his free kicks are much better than other people's. He's a good free kick taker. You act like he's doing something that's incredible. Many players can take free kicks. Ruben Neves takes the same free kicks. Just because it's Messi, you overstate it. But he's a good free kick taker, very good. But don't overrate it like it's good. Something special. Great. Look at Payet at West Ham. That's an example of exceptional free kick. You see the way he took a free kick right next to the box, but he somehow managed to get it over a wall and it dipped back in. That's what I call an exceptional free kick. But Messi is good, but it's not special. So don't overstate it.
The Payet thing you're talking, Messi just did the same this season. What are you talking about?
No, the
Wait,
pie is
no.
what?
Look. Mane, he said his piece. Look, Mane is different. So he's what he is. Where does Messi rank amongst free kick takers, man?
I think he's up there amongst the best free kick takers of all time. I don't know what number specifically.
So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
For me personally, growing up and watching football, like throughout the years, I would say Juninho was the most consistent and the best technically. Juninho, especially at his days with Lyon. But I think Messi scored quite a lot of variety of free kicks as well. If you can remember, I think he scored one great free kick this season already. Though it was sort of like a Panenka free kick where he chipped.
Oh
it.
yeah.
I mean, he scored under the wall a few times. I mean, he scored so many variety of free kicks. Obviously David Beckham was pretty good at it as well. I mean, there's so many players you can mention. Ronaldinho, even Cristiano in his days at United, early years at Real Madrid. But I think Messi's up there, definitely. If I had to put a number on it, maybe just specifically free kicks, I'm not sure. Maybe top 10, top 15. But he has scored quite a lot in his career, to be fair. He makes it's almost like a penalty.
No, for me, so that means you're saying that there are 9 people better than him, which I find interesting.
In the free kicks, yeah.
Wow.
List them, man. List them.
Forward. Where would you rank Messi?
Why are people being so like I don't even know. You just witnessed greatness tonight, and you guys are like praise the guy. Like this is one of the best free kick takers of all time. One of the best players of all time.
Agendas, bro. Like
Philip, chill. Forward.
So let me get into it. So in September 18th last year, he broke the record for the most amount of free kicks in a single calendar year already. And I think he even scored a couple more after that. He scored against PSV in the Champions League. So I know that he even extended the record. So for Mane to say that, he's only scoring these free kicks, and he mentioned Payet, he hasn't scored a free kick in over a year and a half, which Mane wouldn't know because he doesn't watch football like that. Then obviously it just shows football tickles in the Hangout, but it is what it is. And it's going back to the point again, Messi is ridiculous free kick. Absolutely ridiculous. I even thought it's a bit far out for Messi, but I mean, you can't say what this guy can't do. When he's in a Barcelona shirt, I will emphasize that. When he's in a Barcelona shirt, there's no limits to what the guy can do. And one thing I just want to add as well, a lot of people that were saying that, he can only do it in La Liga, he's a La Liga merchant, he can't score free kicks in the Champions League when it matters and all that bullshit. Like, I mean, for people like LG out there, I know you're listening, FG. Sorry, I say LG. I know you're listening out there, Ronaldo fanboy. Messi answered all the questions tonight. No one can doubt the guy. He's the GOAT. That's how it is.
Okay. You said he would lose 3-1.
No, Mane, you've talked, man.
Oh, just to add on to one thing that Mane said. Mane was right. I did say 3-1, and I was wrong. I doubted Valverde.
You were very wrong.
Well, okay, I was very wrong. Cool. I got the Ajax score right, so it is what it is. I was wrong. Barcelona did the business today. I'm happy they did the business because I want to see Liverpool go trophyless with a 97-point league season.
Okay.
I'm guessed.
All right, Juju man.
Here.
What's it called?
Where do you rank him?
I think he's the top. Like he's among the top. What's it called? He's now.
Give me a number, man. Give me a number. Give me a number.
I'm deciding whether, because what's it called? I would say I don't think he's edged Cristiano yet. Like I know it sounds crazy to say like in 2000 and what's it called, but what's it called? The prior Cristiano, I think he revolutionized taking free kicks with the knuckle ball, and I think Messi is like, if I would say the like top 3, I mean not top 3. Like I don't know because there's a lot of free kick takers, but he's among the great free kick takers. Similar with I know we didn't mention Ronaldo, but I think Cristiano was an amazing free kick taker too. So with Messi, I think he's up there. I honestly believe the guy. I think he's among like he's a hostman and a great free kick taker. I wouldn't put others like I wouldn't just be reactionary and put others like him above others. I know there are other great free kick takers.
Okay.
But he's Messi has had like he's an amazing free kick taker.
Okay. Phil, where would you rank Messi as with regards to free kick takers, bro?
Here we go.
What I saw, I see him as like the greatest of all time.
Oh my!
Take care, bro.
I knew it.
I'm sorry.
Talk your shit.
He has too many like different free kicks that he can like finish. Like he can either chip it underneath the wall, curl it top corner.
Wait, what?
What? What do you mean? What? What do
Would
you
you
mean? What?
say chip it underneath the wall? Does that make sense?
No, I mean, I think he can either chip it or he can put it underneath the wall. Both different type of free kicks. Have not ever actually no, he did it with Bayern in 2014, but he really kicks it underneath the wall. And like Ronaldo, like he was a good free kick, like he was a good free kick taker, but like people kind of overrated him, man, because like he would always hit the wall, like it was because of his style. It's because of the way the ball was moving. That's what people were always gassed. No,
Yeah,
but like
but wait, but Phil, like you saw Ronaldo score like 40 yards free kick. I've never seen anything like someone score 40 yards consistent. Like this guy scored like
Wait,
all the
Phil,
way 30
Phil,
yards in the
Relax,
past.
relax. It wasn't
sorry to interrupt you, but did you see Ronaldo's free kick against Arsenal, 2008, 2009? I think 2009.
Yeah, it was in the
Incredible. It was
yeah,
like
yeah, no. The thing about Ronaldo's free kicks, like it's a hard to explain. Like it's a more like he needs more luck to like score them because like his free kick against Arsenal, like it went through the wall and like the goalkeeper couldn't see it. You know, like
I see.
it was from
Messi, like
midfield almost.
I see what he means. I see what he means.
you know what I mean? Like
When it gets to my turn, I'll clarify. I'll clarify for
okay, yeah, awesome, yeah,
you don't have to.
yeah. You go.
When it gets to my turn, though, continue.
No, I am done.
I
Like
think
I
it's your
think like
turn.
the greatest of all time. Like
Okay,
I'm
all right,
sorry, like
okay, all right. So, random one. Radical. What do you rate Messi free kicks?
Oh, me, currently, is no question. He's the best right now. Currently, right now, he's the best right now, no doubt.
No. I said of all time. What would you rank him overall?
Of all time, I would say it. I have to give him more years, but I still think he's the best of all time, like free kick wise, anyway. To what's this guy's point? Phil's point. I think what he's trying to say about Ronaldo's thing is, I think you mean that he doesn't really pick his spots when he's taking the free kicks. He just takes it, but it doesn't look like he's
it's
intentionally
calculated. Yeah, it's not calculated, man. Just like yeah, it's just like
So
I
you're
think
saying
that's
he's not
recency bias.
he's not
'cause
aiming? Is that what you're saying?
I've seen him put it up a 90. And then
He's
top corner.
aiming, but he can't say what it's gonna go because it's a curveball. You know, it's a knuckleball.
Exactly.
It's
That's what Phil was trying to say. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
that doesn't. It's not a negative
That's not-
necessarily.
exactly. That's not
Look, my money. Let guys finish, man. Damn.
yeah. So anyway, that's not my point. That's Phil's point. So I'm not hating on Ronaldo or anything. In terms of like what Messi has done since 2016, like his free kick run since 2016 is unbelievable. Like ever since 2016 came around, all he's done is like with his free kicks, he's literally
yeah, bro.
It's 4 years in a row. This guy has been the consistent free kick scorer every single year. You could go check the stats. Compared to everyone else, he's had the most free kick scored. And that's incredible for 4 years running. If this guy keeps going by 2020, 2021, then he's definitely the best I've seen in terms of consistency as well. You can decide about style and who you think is better with this certain style or whose style. But in terms of consistency, because at the end of the day, a goal is a goal. So whoever's getting the goal in, if you're consistent to me, you're the best. But then if you want to talk about how nice the goal was or how far out it was, then that's calm. That's your own. But in terms of who's getting the job done consistently, this guy's been on run since 2016. I can't hate on that. So.
Spot on.
Thank you.
Okay, Rahimski.
All right, HH, finally, bro. Like we're adults, you know, gotta educate the kids on old school players. You know what I mean? So, Messi's one of the best of all time. I have him at 10th all time.
Good.
So I have.
Oh my god.
So I have.
Let him talk, man.
So I have Platini ahead of him. I have
Platini.
Yeah, Platini ahead of him. I have Hagi.
For fuck's sake, man.
I have Hagi against better than him. I have Baggio. Del Piero.
Del Piero.
Pirlo.
Oh,
Roberto Carlos. Maradona. Mihalovic. Cinzia Mihalovic, the guy that used to play for in the 90s in Serie A for Red Star.
Yeah.
And then he played. I think he had a little stint at Inter. And then obviously the main man, Jorginho, of course. Special mention to Ronaldinho and Coleman. But
what about Cristiano?
No
What
way.
about Cristiano?
Cristiano,
Wait.
very good free taker. I would say top 40 all time free kicker.
Unbelievable.
Yo,
that is
Andrew,
just disrespect.
Andrew, I'm sorry, but
That
there's no
is
way.
just.
Wait, Andrew. No way, Ronaldinho is over Messi.
No, he's
No
not.
So-
That's why I
way.
said special.
so-
That's
so-
why I said special mention. I've
Oh, okay,
Messi
okay.
at 10th. Ronaldinho is under him. Yes, but
So one thing that's
Oh,
really
okay.
that's a very good list. Personally,
Top-
I would actually have Coleman in my top.
Okay, look. He's like, okay, look, Red. Your thoughts, Red.
Yeah, no, he's not the best free kick taker of all time. Maybe top 15, and I'll give my reason why. It's because he's very limited in his technique. If he's not on the right-hand side of the field with his left foot, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it underneath. Like he doesn't score. He scored one chip free kick, and I don't remember the last time he scored underneath the wall. Maybe I think it was last season, maybe. But overall, his technique,
No.
look at his
He did it
free-kick
this
goals.
year. Right, he did it this year. The first league game of the match.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. But but at the same time, we're disrespecting a lot of players by saying that he's automatically the greatest. He's only been doing it since 2015. Before 2015, I remember everyone used to say Ronaldo was the greatest free kick taker of all time because he had, well, not all time, but he was one of the greatest because he had that whole technique where he'd hit the ball where it would bend and then mid-air it would pop out and it would change direction. And it was very hard to predict. He's not. He's very limited in his free kicks. Like if he gets a free kick on the left-hand side of the field, he can't do anything. He's not able to shoot from that position. So how can we give? He's not. He's very limited in his free kick technique. Though he is very efficient, very clinical. If he keeps doing this, of course he's going to crack into top 10. But as it stands, I think it's a very, very good attribute that he has. But overall, the greatest of all time, no, that's too much for free kicks. But like Radical said, I do agree with him. He's the best in the world right now.
But can I just make one point really quickly? Look, okay, I'm not saying maybe he's not the greatest of all time. You can make the argument, yes, but I'm thinking he has to be at least top 5 because he has the record for the most in a calendar year. That's what being clinical and consistent is about. And you know what? Red makes wait. Let me finish. Man, relax. Take a chill pill. Red makes a good point. He hasn't even been doing it since 2015. That is true. He hasn't been doing it for the longest period of his career. But in terms of just in a single season, for what he did in this last year or so, he has to be at least in the top 10. I don't see how we can't be in the top 10.
And you know the crazy part is, I don't think he has in his entire career though. He doesn't have more free kicks than Cristiano, and Cristiano has been. Cristiano still has, and that's crazy considering this. Like for the past 5 years, he hasn't he legit hasn't been scoring free kicks.
One on target for the last.
That is he's
been that bad.
Yeah, so it's like Cristiano is like he used to be a really amazing free kick taker, and I know Juninho.
He had an injury. That's where it made him lose the power on his free kicks, where he couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, and what's it called? I think to add one point after 4 is, I think for personally, I think the best free kick taker I've seen is Juninho for the Brazil. I think he scored.
Yeah, for sure.
He was the best I've ever
If
seen.
you're looking at ratios, he's still the best.
Just quickly, I want to say that the whole thing. Yeah, he's been on a. Let me clarify. He's been on a consistent run ever since 2016 in terms of scoring the free kicks. But he was still scoring free kicks before. Let's not disrespect the guy. He was scoring free kicks before 2015. He just wasn't as consistent. But ever since 2016 came around, he was just scoring consistently. So I just want
to put the number
look. Let's put it because we'll be careful also. But just to give me my 2 cents on this, Messi 1000% has to be top 5.
Thank you.
Naming 5 people better than him is just stupid. Top 5 is certain, 100%. Because Messi is in the category with Juninho, is in the category with Pirlo. You may want to say Sinisa Mihailovic as well. But 100% he has to definitely be in that category. So I think as of right now, let's just see. Because for me, I just think when Juninho was doing his thing, that was just stupid because Juninho was scoring from ridiculous angles. But Messi, that can be a debate. There can be a strong debate. So look, final thing before we go away, quick fire thing. Can Liverpool turn this around? Mane.
Turn what? Not winning anything for 30 years? No. The tie is over, man. The tie is over. They have no chance.
All right. Forward, can they turn it around?
Yeah, they're going to win 5-1.
Okay, thank you for that forward.
No, Mane,
always wrong.
The answer was fine. Jujuman, can they turn it around?
No, it's over. I think this is probably the last week I watch Champions League because I know the results after this, and I'll see everyone next season for the Champions League because this Champions League we all know who will win. So if anyone bets like just go and bet on Barcelona. This is easy cash.
Okay.
How much?
All right. No. Okay. Phil, can Liverpool come back against your boys?
Like they have a low chance, but I'm still worried. Like it depends in the first half, man. Like that's the thing that's worrying me. Like if they can score like 2 first half goals, like they have like a 30% chance. Or like I don't know, man. It's hard to predict, but I am still worried. Like I'm not like I'm not
Please
fully.
spare me.
Like
Spare me,
I'm
bro.
sorry, bro. Like I watched my team lose 4-1. I mean, we bottled a 4-1 lead, bro. Like
Bro, I feel you.
You're not PSG, man. Like Messi's on the pitch. It's not happening.
bro,
Like I only
we
said
lost to
5-1.
Roma.
That's what
We
everyone
lost
said.
to
We lost
Roma.
to Roma. That's what
Yeah,
everyone
like
said. We lost to Roma. Nah,
thank you. Like
kill the tie. I don't care. You need to kill it. Right.
yeah, we need to score a goal. Like it depends on us.
Yeah, but Roma
If
had
we
an
don't
away
score-
goal. Liverpool have no away goal. That's the difference.
Nah.
And the other thing is, if Barcelona flopped, I mean, you're just a failure. Like you're just a failure. The tie is over. Like the tie is over. If
It
you
is
flop, then the club is a failure.
Again, I'm only saying Liverpool 5-1 because I can't imagine, and I can't, I'm being sarcastic here. Liverpool going trophyless of a 97-point league season. I have to keep reiterating that. They have to come back. They have to. Otherwise, boy, it's going to be a long summer for their fans. A long summer. I'm on next, man. I'm on everyone's neck.
Yo, that's true. Okay, who's next?
Okay. Yeah. So Radical, can they come back? Yes or no?
I mean, I've seen my team like blow leads, so it's possible they can come back. Football is unpredictable, so they definitely can. It's just very hard to tell because if Barca go to the Anfield and get 1 goal, then they can forget about it. It's not happening. If Barca just get 1 goal, it's not happening. But as it stands now, they can obviously come back. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to predict. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Rahimski, can Liverpool make the comeback?
I think Hitler has a better chance of winning World War III than Liverpool.
All right,
winning.
Just keep it to football. Keep it to football. All right.
No.
Okay, so basically, saying Liverpool have no chance.
They have no chance. It's over. That's it.
Look, man, I've
Season's
seen
over.
crazy things in football. I've seen crazy things in football. Red, can they come?
Oh my God, you guys are sleeping on Liverpool, guys. First of
Oh
all,
my God.
no, just wait.
They're supposed to win this one.
No, they can. First of all, because Barca away from home have been atrocious this season. Don't forget that Lyon kept them at 0-0. They couldn't get an away goal to Lyon. Man United kept them at 1-0. If Liverpool, I think with the help of Anfield, of course, because they're going to need to create a very scary atmosphere again for this Barca team. And there's going to be a lot of revenge. Like they're going to hate Suarez. Suarez celebrated against them, which I think is going to be a bad move because you're only going to rile up the fans even more. And I just see if Liverpool get in there and just score an early goal in like the first 10 minutes, that's it. Like Barca will be rattled. The only thing that I can see happening is Messi just doing what he does and just ending the tie because he could just score a brace out of nowhere like we saw today. But if Liverpool are definitely still in this, it's probably like I agree with Phil, probably 30% chance. But they still I trust Liverpool. If there's any team in the world right now currently to overcome a 3-0 deficit at home against Barca, Liverpool are the best team for that right now. So I think they can come back.
Well, look, all I'm saying, guys, is it's not over until it's over. I think that Barcelona have a great chance, but who knows what can happen. Guys, I will see you guys Sunday, guys. Peace out. Peace.